Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. I got Steve with me here. We're just getting out of the car. We're going to get in about a half-day shed hunt today. We can't go all day. I've got stuff to do, and I think he does too. So the sun is up, but not over the little valley we're in yet. So it's still chilly, but now we're having such a mild winter, guys. It was 30 degrees in the car when I looked a few minutes ago. I mean, it should be in the single digits for this time of year, but so wish us luck. Hopefully we can find something. Steve's already found a brownie for the year, and I did find 2 sheds last week when we were over here, but not brownies. So hopefully I can find a brownie today. And then we're also going to hang a trail camera over here, and I'm going to let it sit for like 4 or 5 months and see what we can get. So I don't know if that'll show up in the GoPro, but we got a little more than a 3/4 moon. Sun's beginning to come up on the mountains. Beautiful morning. I love this little valley right here. All right, we got that camera hung. This is the TC22 from View Peak. And I can tell the lens has got some stuff smeared on it. I'm gonna clean that up real quick and then we'll keep hiking. No sheds yet. Lots of skeletons. Lots of deadheads, but all does. Nothing with stumps on it, so no shed bucks yet. And we're only about 45 minutes into the hike, so. Just working this side of the ridge, it's been good to me. I found a lot of sheds on this particular ridge over the years. That was a deer bed I was just showing you. That's another deer bed right there. There's another one right up here. This trail has been used real heavily. But so far, no sheds. I think this is better in a hard winter. I'm just kind of going back in my mind, and I do think I tend to find more sheds on this ridge when we've got lots of snow. And this year is the opposite of that. And I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this trail. This part of it's not too bad, but a lot of this is just boulder, rock fields. You can kind of see one right down there. I'm gonna have to cross that when I do my U-turn and come back across the face. So it's super slow going, especially when there's just a little bit of snow, because you're not sure how deep the snow is and if there's a hole underneath it or a rock underneath it. But I have found a lot of sheds over here, so I do like to hike it. But so far today, we're still on the old skunk train. Beautiful day though, man. There's a lake looking out over there. Sun's coming out. Awesome day. Well, guys, I probably only have one down and back left. I start at the very, very top of this ridge and have worked it from north to south and then back from south to north the whole way. Like I said, I probably can drop down and go over one more time and come back up. And I have not found anything, and I'm trying to go through my memory banks. I don't think I've ever worked this whole ridge and not found at least one shed. I do remember one time all I found was a chalky base. I didn't even bring it home, but to me that's still a find. And one other time I'd worked it all and was on my way out, and right over here in this little drainage I found a little 3-point wrapped around a cow pie. So I called it the Cow Pie 3. But I don't think I've ever gotten completely skunked. Now, we still may not. Like I said, I'm going one more trip down and back, but so far nothing. I haven't heard from Steve. I lost cell service when I dropped down into this little canyon. So he may have texted me that he's found something, but when I did have service kind of up on the top, he hadn't found anything yet. Well, I finished working that whole ridge. I'm gonna glass across from me just for a few minutes. And then this ridge looks just like the one I was on, but with fewer rock slides, mixture of cedars and junipers. And I've never hiked down in this little bottom. So I'm gonna zigzag that. And then I'll need to kind of start working back towards the car. Merriweather Farms beef snack stick, that's what we're going with. Get a little protein and salt in me and drink some water, and then we're going to hit down in that bottom back and forth, and then hike up over the top and head back. Oh, we're Literally on the second to last pass, going all the way down, all the way back up. I've been in sign and beds and tracks for hours. I'm like, how can I not find a single shed? You guys see that right there? It's at least a 3. Can't tell, it might be a 4. Oh, it's a 3. Oh, but a cool 3. Big bladed out 3. Awesome. Thank you, Lord, for helping us to find that. Yeah, we're on the board. I was starting to doubt that we'd find anything today. Thank you, Lord. Working back to the car, it's down here at the bottom of this valley. And looked over here to my left through this tree. And we got us a little 2-point. Get my shadow out of the way. Second shed of the day. It's chalk. It's got cracking in it, but it's not crumbly chalk. So, thank you, Lord, helping us to find that. Thank you so much for joining us on that shed hunt. That was my second time getting out this year. Both times I picked up 2 sheds, so I'm grateful for that. I've been out a third time and picked up more sheds on my third trip out. So far, no skunks in 2026, which is a big blessing, and grateful for that. It's fun to get out with Steve again. He found a 4-point. In fact, I've posted it as a short already, but it dropped off his pack on the hike out. It was a hard white 4-point. It wasn't brown, but it's still a nice 4, and so I felt bad for him that he dropped it. I know about where he dropped it, and I'm going to go pull that trail camera in a few months, and so I may see if I can circle back around and find that if no one else has picked it up. But I've got that other shed hunt coming up where I found a handful of sheds on it. I've got some review videos coming out. I did an Oda Pro 52 Max hunting flashlight, and I've got a Guard Pro trail cam review coming out. So a lot of fun stuff coming up, guys. Thanks for following along. Thanks for all the support. The channel that I want to shout out tonight is GraceEscapes. She does a lot of travel videos. She's followed my channel for quite some time, so I will put a link in the description for her channel. She does a really good job just with the footage she does, I think she captures some great shots, so I'll put a link in the description. The minute on the mountain is Colossians 3, and I'm going to pick it up beginning in verse 12. Paul says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone." But I just want you to notice the order. It's kind of like Ephesians 2, 8, and 9. For we've been saved by grace through faith in Jesus Christ. It's not of our works, so that no one can boast. But then in Ephesians 2:10, Paul talks about the fact that God created good works in advance for us to do. I think this is a similar situation here. He says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved." That's all past tense. What he's going to encourage the people to do next is not so that they will be holy and so that they will be dearly loved. It flows out of that. He says, "Therefore." In other words, hey, since this is true, since you are God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, then clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Man, guys, I just confess there's a lot of days I do not clothe myself with compassion and kindness and humility and gentleness and patience. And so I think if we focus on who God says we are, when we realize that God has already called us dearly loved, it's so much easier then to put on those characteristics. So just want to challenge you to do that this week. That'll be the challenge for me as well. Thanks for all your support, you guys. Sure appreciate you. God bless you. And we'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.